Okay guys, section 2-3, quick graphs of linear equations. Again, more review. We're trying to get you going here, okay? There's no substitute. There's no substitute for a good start, okay? No matter what you're doing, okay? If it's in school, you get off to a good start in your semester. You get your homeworks in, you get your classwork in, you get a good grade on a quiz or a test. There's no substitute for that, okay? That's a great way to get started. If you're playing in a sporting event and you get off to a little lead, okay? That's a great way. It's always good to get off to a good start. So I hope you're taking advantage of this stuff. And you're saying, we already did this. I get it. I get it. Take advantage. Get yourself off to a good start, 'cause it's gonna get hard. We're gonna have some stuff here that you've never seen before eventually, okay? So, quick graphs of linear equations. So the first one is going to be graphing equations in slope intercept form. Graphing equations in slope intercept form. This is the easiest way to graph these, in my opinion. The easiest way to graph in slope intercept form. So our first step is to write the equation in slope intercept form by solving for y. Okay, so solve for y. When you solve for y, it's in what's called slope-intercept form. 2, find and plot b, which is the y-intercept. Okay, find and plot b, which is your y-intercept. 3, find the slope and plot it a second time on the line. And I'll show you how to do that in a minute. And then 4, draw the line through the points. Okay? So, those are our steps. Okay? Again, number 1, write the equation in slope-intercept form by solving for y. Find and plot b, which is the y-intercept. Find the slope and plot it a second time on the line, and I'll show you that in a minute. And then draw the line through the 2 points. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one that's written in slope-intercept form. Y equals, let's do 2/3 x minus 1. 2/3 x minus 1. This is in slope-intercept form. Again, you're in slope-intercept form when you've solved for y. That's slope-intercept form. Okay? So this is slope-intercept form. So I'm going to use the board here. Okay? Be patient. I'm going to try to be patient with the marker. Sometimes the marker can be a little finicky. So, write the equation in slope-intercept form by solving for y. I did that. That's done. It was given to me that way. Find and plot b. Well, b, my intercept is -1, so I go on my y-axis and I plot -1, which would be right here. Step 3, find the slope and plot it a second time in your line. My slope is 2/3, so I'm sitting at this dot. Okay, I'm sitting at that dot. And to find my next one, I have to use slope is 2/3. Now, this is how we graph the slope. Okay? The top tells me up or down, and this is units to the right. So if it's positive, I go up. If it's negative, I go down. And this is how many units I go to the right. So this is 2/3. So I go up 2, 1, 2, and then I go over right 3. 1, 2, 3. I put a dot. I could do another one. Up 2, over 3. 1, 2, 3. Put a dot. Okay? And then what I have to do is connect my dots with a line. Let me just check that again. Up 2 over 3, 1, 2, 3. Up 2 over 3, 1, 2, 3. Did it right. Straight line. I did my best. It's not easy with these markers. And that is how you graph a line in slope-intercept form. Okay? Hope that made sense to you. Let me give you guys one to try like that. Okay? So I'll erase this, put it in the same spot. Let's make this one y equals negative 1/4 x plus 3. Graph it. Graph it right in your notes. Right in your notes. Graph it. Okay, so intercepts 3. I go up 3. Here I am, up 3. 1, 2, 3. I put a dot. And my slope is negative 1/4, which means I go down 1, and over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down 1 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I graph my line. There's my line. Okay? That's how you graph ones that are in slope-intercept form. So, what happens if they're not in slope-intercept form? Okay? Well, then I have to do step number 1. Write it in slope-intercept form. So let's go through that, okay? Let's go through that. I'm going to erase the steps. You have them written down in your notes. If you don't, well, you miss out on an easy assignment. You can't have an easier homework assignment than just copying notes down. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So let's say I had this. I don't know, 3x plus 4y equals 8. All right? So we've got to write it in slope-intercept form. We have to solve for y. So to solve for y, I want to get rid of this 3x. So I'm going to go minus 3x, and I get 4y equals negative 3x plus 8. Divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. Y equals negative 3/4 x plus 8 divided by 4 is 2. So I go to my graph. I go up 2, 1, 2. I put a dot. My slope says I go down 3 and over 4. Down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot. That's technically all you need. I'll need one more. Down 3, 1, 2, 3 over 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a dot. Connect your. Let's see if I can do it. What are the chances I get all 3 dots in a line? Probably not. Look at that. That's touching it. I did it. All right. So you guys try this one. Okay, let's do 5x minus 2y equals 4. Okay, so go ahead, get that in slope-intercept form first, and then we'll graph it. Give you a little bit of time to do that. A little bit of time. Could also pause. I could have you guys pause it. All right, here we go. Here we go. We got to solve for y. Solve for y. So I go minus 5x minus 5x. Negative 2y equals negative 5x plus 4. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. Y equals 5/2 x minus 2. Okay. So we go to our graph. Negative 2 down 2. Then I go up 5 over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 2. And I make my line. I hit 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, as I say. All right? So that's how you graph them in slope-intercept form. So we have one more set of directions to go through. And that's graphing them when they're in standard form. Okay? Another way, which is sometimes I would pick, I kind of like the slope-intercept form, but sometimes I'll pick this method. These are your directions. Graphing, whoa, let's change this. And let's change this to standard form. Graphing equations in standard form. So number one, write it in standard form. Write the equation in standard form. And standard form is x's and y's on the same side equal to a number. Okay? 2. Find the x-intercept by plugging a 0 in for y. Find the y-intercept by plugging a 0 in for x. 4. Graph the 2 points and connect with a line. And that is all there is to it. Okay, that's all there is to it. So this works when we have what are called compatible numbers. Compatible numbers are numbers that work well together. If you have numbers that all share common factors, this tends to go a little bit better, it's a little bit easier. When you have ones that don't share the same, then it's more difficult. So let's look at this one here. 3x plus 2y equals 6. Both of these numbers are factors of 6, so this will be an easier one to do. So let's find the y-intercept by plugging in a 0 for x. So I would have 3 times 0 plus 2y equals 6. Well, 3 times 0 is 0. So I just get 2y equals 6. Divide by 2, divide by 2, and y equals 3. And then I plug a 0 in for y, so it's going to be 3x plus 2 times 0 equals 6. 3x equals 6. Divide by 3, divide by 3, and x equals 2. So I get 2, 0. 0, 3, and 2, 0. 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 0, 1, 2. Graph your line. That's it. That's all there is to it. It is that easy. okay? And again, when would I use that? When these numbers are factors of that number. I don't have to worry about fractions. If both of these numbers divide evenly into that one, you're going to be okay. All right? So, let me give you guys one to try. For x minus 2y equals 12. Try that one. Pause the video, please. Okay, pause the video and give it a shot. Although if I don't know, if I pause it, you guys actually do that? If I tell you to pause it, do you do that? I don't know. I don't know what you guys do at home. I have no idea. So I hope you paused the video. I hope you did. This is the way I do this. When I plug a 0 in for x, that means it's going to wipe this out. So I just put my hand over it. So if I had negative 2y equals 12, and I divide by negative 2 and divide by negative 2, I get y equals negative 6. So 0, negative 6 is 1 point. And then when I plug a 0 in for y, that makes that term go to 0. So I get 4x equals 12. 4x equals 12, and I divide by 4 and divide by 4, and x equals 3. So 3, 0 is another point. So I go to the graph. 0, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is down there. Here we go, here comes the marker. Come on, guy. 0, negative 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. And then connect those points with a line, and there's the graph. That's how you graph in standard form. Okay? Hope it made sense. Pretty easy stuff, I think. I think you guys will be good. I think you'll be good with this stuff. Okay? So, there's one last thing I want to talk about, and that's when we have either horizontal lines or vertical lines. Okay? So, horizontal lines. Okay? We have y equals a number. So, y equals 2, y equals negative 1, y equals a half. There's no x, it's just y equals a number. Okay? Vertical lines. That's x equals a number. X equals 2. X equals negative 4. Okay? Those are examples of vertical lines. Now the way that I teach students to remember this is by a couple of words. First the name Xavier, and then the name Yahoo. Or you could say YouTube. No, I actually could say YouTube. Say you, okay, but Yahoo. They'll search the website, Yahoo. Ready? X equals means it's a vertical line. X and V. Y and H. Y equals means it's a horizontal line. Okay? So if you have y equals a number and you're like, well, I forget, is that a horizontal line or is that a vertical line? If you remember the name Yahoo, y equals means it's a horizontal line. X equals means it's a vertical line. Or you picture a line where all your y values are a half. This is a half, and 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 this is a half. And that has to be a horizontal line. Okay? So, if they gave you a question, that said, this could be a possible quiz question. Write an equation of the, hold on, let me check that. Yeah. Of the vertical line. That passes through 1, 7. Okay? They want me to write an equation of a vertical line. Well, if it's an equation of a vertical line, it's got to be x equals because that's what it said over here. I just erased it, but it said